If I can just give an example of how Traditum Family Office has dealt with an existing client. They came into a significant amount of wealth rather earlier than they'd originally anticipated and hadn't really produced a long-term family plan as to how they were going to deal with that. They did receive advice from multiple advisors and had made various investments and undertaken some tax planning strategies. But on reflection, they felt that they'd rushed a little bit and didn't fully understand some of the steps that they'd taken. They asked our family office team to work with them to produce a long-term, holistic, multi-generational plan for the family across 2 different generations, and to coordinate their existing advisors and review the advice that had already been given. We spent a long time with the family working out what were their priorities, and then sat with each group of advisors to work through the advice that had been given and the impact that that had on the family. In doing that, we identified some gaps in the advice, and we sat with the family and helped them to fill those gaps by taking some additional steps. We also developed a plan to bring the children into the planning phase and to educate the children on what it meant to manage the family's wealth and how that would pass to them as their parents moved on to the next stage of their life. The end result of our work with the family was that they were much more relaxed about the steps that they'd taken. They had a much fuller understanding of the planning that they'd undertaken. They were happier with a long-term plan where they could see exactly how things were going to play out over the coming years, and generally needed a lot less reassurance and were a lot less worried about their overall position. As part of our ongoing relationship with the family, we meet with them regularly and review whether the strategy is working, review any changes in circumstances that might have occurred, and coordinate their existing advisors to make sure that the single multi-generational strategy is being followed.